as you can see, if you're watching, we're in the airport because that's what we do 15 minutes before boarding a flight. We find a spot so we can talk about GM's big income bump, unconventional repair location, and the best charity golf event ever. We're going to call it ever. Well, in one caddy's opinion, it was ever. Here, let's talk about that first. Yeah. So we're in Atlanta Airport right now. It is the morning. We've been driving and up and grinding for a while. And now we're doing a show because
yesterday we were at the Beaver Toyota second annual charity golf tournament. They support 5 charities. The goal was to raise $125,000. They raised just over $135,000 in one day for these 5 charities that all support all children. Yeah, and there's a sheriffs and fire department
kids camps, place that gives vulnerable teens and young ladies a place to stay,
mentorship,
amazing,
a lot of care for community. But it's just we were enamored at the organization, the way that it was put together, the way that it was cared for, and the caddy that my team had was like, we get to like the third to last hole. He looks at me, he's like, I've never seen another. I do these things 40 times a year.
Let me set the stage. This was not like a run-of-the-mill golf course. This was one of the most. I mean, they had like
top-notch. Yeah,
they have PGA qualified. They have all kinds of events here.
Hawks Ridge. Yep. So about 40 minutes north of Atlanta, and it was just really well put together. And we see this all the time. You see these charity golf tournaments, and our good friend Hugh that works for Beaver, he was like, a lot of people, they just see this as like pomp and circumstance, or, oh, that's cool that they're giving money, or, they did a raffle or an auction or whatever it was. But it goes so much deeper. And he was noting to us, when you really take a step back and when you really look at what Beaver and other dealers and dealer groups around the country are doing in their communities, like, it is literally changing lives day in and day out. And so it was cool to just be a part of that and see the community and see, like, it was really the auto community, because it wasn't just the community.
Absolutely.
Around it. Yeah.
No, without a doubt. And, it was definitely one of those more than cars moments when, the people that they were raising money for, like, their reality is really rough.
Yeah.
And the auto industry's reality in most cases is way better, right? Because of the industry we're in, the financial resources, just the advantages we have. And so it was great to see the auto industry take some of their reality and try to impart it into these other realities and try to draw them a little closer. And I'm hoping that some of those people find their way to the auto industry because they know they were a big supporter.
That's right.
I think so. Well, let's talk about some news. GM reported a remarkable 52% surge in Q2 net income. That's net income. Keeping that money, reaching $2.6 billion, even with a $792 million charge linked back to that Chevy Bolt recall. They still showed those profit numbers. The company also raised its full year guidance for the second consecutive quarter. And, we've been talking a lot about cost cutting lately. They stepped up. They were like, you know what? Actually, we said we were going to cut $2 billion in the next few years. I think we're actually going to cut $3 billion. So that's straight up baller move. Yeah. In a shareholder letter, CEO Mary Barra said, we're building momentum thanks to incredible customer response to our new trucks and SUVs and the strong execution of our business plan by the GM team, dealers. Well, thank you. And suppliers. Didn't mention EVs in there. The only real mention of EVs is the fact that they hit their goal to produce 50,000 EVs in the first half of the year and are on track to hit their goal of 100,000 in the second half of the year. So definitely a more measured approach.
Yeah.
And you have to think the people who are pumping out the ICE vehicles are like, customers like our ICE vehicles. So we're profitable.
They're doing well. They're profitable. Kudos to GM, like staying on course, even continuing to dive deeper. They're doing a great job. Speaking of doing some jobs.
Oh, get some jobs done. We don't have the segue button.
No segue button. Stadium parking lots are finding. Oh, we got it. Whoa.
This is the airport PA.
Stadium parking lots are finding new utility as Hyundai takes over the Robert F. Kennedy Memorial Stadium in Washington, D.C. to give customers access to speedy safety recall fixes. So if you remember around a year ago, it was a huge TikTok thing where
people be stealing some Hyundais and Kias,
stealing them left and right. Basically, allows people to plug in with a USB plug pretty simply, start the engine, and drive off with the car. And so Hyundai and Kia have embarked on this massive push to be able to create safety in that regards. And so they're doing the safety recall fix, which is a software update, which will take less than an hour. They're taking over 2 parking lots of the stadium, and they're going to have technicians flooded on site to complete the software upgrade. It is their first of many that they're planning to do across the country. So if you're a customer or a dealer, you might want to think about how you're interacting with that.
I can't help but think, like, what's the environment when you pull up? Because it's been kind of a mess.
Right.
It's a real awesome opportunity. Like, we were at the West Turf Fair a couple of weeks ago. It was like, how are you not going to have some carnival rides?
Gotta have some rides,
some popcorn, right? Like, they have a real opportunity to make that really fun. I wonder what it's actually going to be like. But think about it. How can we solve this problem fast? How can we do it efficiently? Having everybody come to one spot where you can do a software update seems pretty progressive. The over-the-air updates will fix this stuff in the future.
Exactly.
But, I think they have a brand opportunity to make it fun.
I'll tell you what they can't fix with an over-the-air
here we go.
update. There's over 2 million vehicles that still can't be fixed. And you know what you get? Fancy little wheel lock.
Oh, they going with the club. Unfortunately, the Delta Club's staring at us over there because we're not members, but we have to run down 22 gates because our flight's boarding 3 minutes ago. But hey, we'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll be online in a minute.